Hello and welcome to Council of Nerds. Today we are going to talk about a very interesting genre of films. As on 24th of July on Amazon Prime, we are going to see Marie Curie's biopic Radioactive. We decided to talk about four of our favorite biopics about scientists. So let's talk about them.
So the first film we'll be talking about, A Beautiful Mind, a 2001 classic. It was directed by Ron Howard, starring Russell Crowe, Paul Bettany, Adam Goldberg, Ed Harris. So the film is about a mathematician, John Nash, and his struggles with the struggles of his life, how he coped up with schizophrenia and became a world-renowned mathematician or economist. He actually thought, I mean, everything which is going around him and everything's of nature. He interpreted those things as mathematical equations or mathematical problems.
Also during his college, the college life in his professorship days, where he was shown at the class, and really like that part when he goes into a class as a substitute teacher and directly throws that book in the dustbin. You don't know this. Come on,
Yeah,
Yeah,
get
yeah,
this
yeah.
problem done.
yes,
And he was
Yeah,
so surprised that his would be future wife had solved them under such a small amount of time. It
yeah,
was really wonderful to see that.
Yeah, I think Alicia was yeah, means was herself a physicist, I guess, in that
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
mathematics.
A physicist. Yeah,
Yeah, and he did not like teaching. John Nash did not like teaching, and he
yeah,
was very, very interesting character. He had his ego, and he has also believed in himself that what he was doing that was greater than any of his peers were doing at that time. I think I don't exactly remember the rival he had, whose paper he was, which him he was always going against for that scholarship. And in the end of the movie, yeah, ultimately helps him and
yeah,
uh, but he is a very interesting personality, and this is one of those films. There are one more film which we are going to talk about, but this is one of those films because I did not know about John Nash before I watched the movie. After I watched the movie,
Yes,
I got to know about him and what he has done,
yes,
and maybe his theories haven't directly impacted in my life, but there is certainly an uh, impact in my life from his theories. What we have done or maybe what we have studied in our school or college.
yeah. Like I came to know about John Nash when I first watched the film in I guess 2008 to 2009. So I didn't know about John Nash, and John Nash didn't have that impact on means like in study part we don't have that impact. Like, yeah,
Obviously,
yes. It was
people
very
from
much higher
mathematics
level.
or economics who have studied them in the higher levels, they have known, but
yeah,
certainly we
sure.
will not know.
That's the thing. But
Yes,
the thing is solving real life problems and fighting fighting with yourself, like fighting with a schizophrenic or those kind of mental disorders, and coming out to be one of the best in his field. That what inspires.
One of the most emotional scenes which I found because
The last
I
scene.
was the pen scene in the cafeteria.
he
That was
he yeah, yeah, I think there's a norm, like if a person get a Nobel or a like award of that sort, everyone donate, means give their pen to that person or to
as a sign of
in
respect.
a sign of respect. Yeah,
No, I also like that scene when he was delivering that speech in that Nobel, when he got the Nobel, and he acknowledged his wife's contribution to his life also. Yeah, so that was also wonderful to see.
exactly. Like the part which Alicia played on Nash's life, that was John Nash's life. It was amazing. She was always there for him.
So there was another interesting scene in a pub where Russell Crowe describes how to get the woman you like more effectively, rather, and he helps to explain it using a scientific manner. And it was
It,
going
it
after always, yeah, the
it was
second
it
best,
was
rather.
It is. I think it's based on game theory. I
Yeah,
think
it's
he
Yeah,
tells that thing
which we
there.
will develop later on.
Yeah,
Yes.
So
yeah.
he
That
gets
that becomes
yeah
becomes the Ganesh Philippe in
yeah
his.
he gets that idea from a pub. So that describes how innovative he was.
Talking about a cinematic perspective, this is a very well written movie, and a performance of Russell Crowe was fantastic. The way he portrayed, like how he, I think he won. I think he was nominated for an Oscar, right? And
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not sure. The
yeah.
movie won the one, I know, but I don't know if he won the Oscar for this movie or not. I'm not sure about that. But and the change of the his character from the beginning of the movie, he's fresher coming into university, and at the end of the movie when he's winning, that confused person always double checking himself that that person, if that person is real or not. That growth of the character which we find, that was amazing, amazing performance from Russell Crowe. And I think everybody who has not watched this film should watch this alone for his performance. The second film we are going to talk about is Theory of Everything, which is a biopic of Stephen Hawking. This film was released in 2014, starring Eddie Redmayne, Felicia Jones, Charlie Fox, and for which Eddie Redmayne actually did win an Oscar for his performance as Stephen Hawking. And this is directed by James Marsh, if you don't know. And so this film was one of those rarest film which I actually was excited to watch, because from before I know the personality, I knew who Stephen Hawking was and his contributions towards science, and I was really like I have seen him in a certain time of his life, which it is maybe insensitive to say, but I would say I did not see him as that time. He was already in a wheelchair, and so it was fascinating for me to see in his early life and his wife's contribution, as we saw in A Beautiful Mind. Here also, his wife's contribution towards his life was immense. So, what did you guys think of them?
So I was more interested in watching this movie because from the school days I was hearing about this great personality, Stephen Hawking, and we heard from our teachers that he has written many books like the History of Time, and I think so. I was very interested in that. So this movie, nothing to say actually. The acting by Eddie Redmayne is phenomenal. Like he deserves the Oscar which he got for this movie. And the journey of the this character personality is beautifully shown here. And as Gunjan said, the early life of Stephen Hawking when he was not actually paralyzed, that stage was also very beautifully shown.
Stephen Hawking's like as a personality, as everyone will say and have said, uh, this person was a great influence to any kid who want to pursue science or physics or engineering, anything related to science, because this personality is as much into science, and he's very like a sarcastic person. As a person, he's very sarcastic in nature, and his contribution to the field of theoretical physics, it's phenomenal. Like there is no, undoubtedly he's one of the best. And coming to the story wise, I thought the story was a bit slow. I think like the director or the story was meant to be slow. Still, and another thing I loved that Eddie Redmayne's acting, like it was phenomenal. I mean, like I could see actual Stephen Hawking's on the screen.
Yes. Another thing is that the Stephen Hawking himself actually told that he is seeing himself in the screen.
Yeah, in the scene where the merry-go-round was there and the affair was taking place, and there were like firecrackers were bursting out. In that scene, means on that in the set of that scene, Stephen Hawking actually came to that set and told that he's actually seeing himself and his wife Jane.
Yeah, I have one more thing to add, that the fighting spirit of Stephen Hawking, that he have never actually given up, even knowing his disease. When the doctors have given up on him, that he has only 2 years to live, knowing everything, he was focused. He was focused on his ideas, and means what he believed. He never stopped believing. And
Yeah.
also, great hats off to her wife, knowing that she has no future with him, eventually she decided to marry just out of love, and it was wonderful to see. And there are many emotional moments in the film, and it is kind of a romantic
Exactly.
biography.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I also thought that.
And one particular scene which I remembered, that when the illness like hits him for the first time, he like fell straight to the ground, like it's
yeah,
so realistic, and that sound is there, cracking the glasses. I don't know how it was shot, but
So at the end of the day, I will say this is a wonderful film, wonderful portrayal of a person like Stephen Hawking. And if you are interested in his work, obviously you should watch this
so
movie.
the next film that is on our list is The Imitation Game, which was released on 2014, and it was directed by Morten Fieldum and starring Benedict Cumberbatch, Keira Knightley, Charles Dance, and Mark Strong, among the others. And it was based on a novel by Alan Turing, The Enigma, by Andrew Hodge. So it basically describes the biography of a great scientist, Alan Turing, who literally helped the Allied forces to win the Second World War with his enormous skills of decrypting codes and eventually breaking the Enigma, which was very strong, rather German cryptographic machine. And the machine which he built is to decipher the messages, and the Allied forces knew the attacks the beforehand, the attacks when it was going to be happen or other. And I may also say that Alan Turing may somebody also means regard him as the father of modern computer. Maybe not Charles Babbage, but he is the real father of modern computer.
Yeah, his theories actually end up making the theories of automata, I guess. Like
yes,
the working of a computer. That's phenomenal. Like Alan Turing, he's a pioneer in his subject. Like uh, Benedict Cumberbatch, he portrayed Alan Turing, and I guess he was the best choice. Means I have seen Alan Turing's picture in those days, and I've seen Alan Turing's picture in the film Benedict Cumberbatch. The facial, the same face.
Resemblance.
Yeah, they have a great resemblance with each other. Yeah, and I guess the machine's name was Christopher. I guess
Christopher, yeah, who was his childhood friend,
childhood friend, rather his love.
yeah, whom he never saw after that boat break.
yes. And that time thinking about a machine which can work for humans was never done before. Like everyone was
Yeah,
thinking about hiring different mathematicians and cracking the code, but he only the first
Mhm.
one to think about a
yeah, that
machine.
idea came to him because of like it was so million possibilities that the Enigma
Yes,
could offer, and
yes,
that team of very renowned chess player and all those people with high analytical skills were hired by
High IQ
uh,
people. High
yes,
IQ
yeah, high
people.
IQ people were hired, but even for them it was very tough to crack. And every at the midnight the codes were changed in Enigma. So
yes,
Yeah.
he came up with something that would automate that.
Yeah, that was the first automation we saw in that era.
For me, this was another of those movies that I watched about a scientist which I did not know about prior to the movie. So it came out in 2014, and I did watch it in 2014 only. So I was still in
I
school,
also
and
watched it.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
same
I
for me
had
also.
no idea about who Alan Turing was. I only watched it because Benedict Cumberbatch was there, and he was coming off an amazing performance as Sherlock. And but I was amazed by the movie, and I was amazed by this person, like, existence, and we have no mention in our computer books. We know Charles
Yeah,
Babbage. We do not know anything about this person
Exactly.
and how he just won the war against. And this is also a sneak peek of another sneak peek to the World War II. What happened? How innovations were resulted during the World War II from both sides of Germans, and because making the Enigma machine was itself a achievement. That encryption code, and then another side we see Alan Turing break that code. So that is another achievement. So like how the scientific progressions made due to this World War II and this Cold War in these two times. This is one of the most one of the biggest portrayal of this these times. And also one of the social or cultural significance of that time also we see is like one of those moments when Keira Knightley's character, she did the test, and no one was believing
He was
that
very fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
because she was the woman, they
Yeah.
did not understand why, how could she do that, and they were not
He was
allowing, I
breaking
think.
a stereotypes. Yeah.
Yes.
And also another thing, that he was gay. At the end of the movie, we see how he was treated. He was
Yeah.
given medicine.
Yeah, because at
Yeah,
that time it was a penalty in England, and
crime.
he was giving a chemical castration, and for that reason, I guess we don't know about him as much as we should know.
Exactly.
Means
That's the thing.
they have means knowingly they have subdued him, and even a few years back, I think he got an royal apology from the Queen and the office that it was wrong that was done to him, but
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it,
I
it
And
think
broke my heart to see those last few moments of his
last
life
scenes.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
He's
yeah, he
suffering
actually
and
Yes.
having to
he
keep.
committed suicide,
Uh,
Yeah,
having
yeah.
cyanide.
Like getting injected by those slow poisons. It's better to take your own life better than like.
And he didn't plead guilty because he didn't think of it as a crime, because being
Exactly.
something like that is not a
And
crime.
Yeah. Homosexuality
yes.
is
yeah,
not a crime. Exactly.
Yes. So another thing I would like to add that the background score of this film is awesome. So I used to hear this background score all the time in around 2015, 16. Yeah.
Another thing I got from this film, like we see soldiers fighting in the battlefield, but there are many brains and many people who are working in the backyard to make it possible to not get them killed. Actually, so that what I felt very great about that thing.
And they have to make calculated choices of knowing how many ships will get drowned and how many ships will get saved.
Yeah. And another
And recently we have made a video of Greyhound, which speaks about the Atlantic war. It is them that provides that info of Atlantic war and U-boats from these machines. The Christopher provides all those information to those ships which were crossing the Atlantic.
it's really fascinating how at that time he hand you every mechanical parts of that machine. That's immense, man.
yeah.
Like a person like Alan Turing, he's
And
what
to
was
think
great.
of that and to materialize that.
On another level, genius.
Like
Because
I feel that if he lived few more years, our technology would have been at means developed at a much faster rate, and many more things would have been developed much earlier, I guess.
So the next movie on the list is The Man Who Knew Infinity, which was released in 2015, directed by Matthew Brown and starring Dave Patel, Jeremy Jones, and Stephen Fry. So this is about my favorite mathematician, Ramanujan. So not only because he was Indian, but he was a very talented and enormous amount of intelligence he had. So till date, through today, so many of his works are still not actually discovered or identified how much potential it could have, and it's used in a lot of like fields, like not only in mathematics but also in physics, like in black hole and many other stuff. So it really fascinates me.
this person has showed what mathematics can do. He actually talked to nature and created those, like whatever he has created means it's a vast
Yeah,
thing.
actually, he was a genius. Means
He was a genius.
he
He was
was
a genius.
born with that. He was born
Exactly.
with that.
It was God gifted, and he even mentioned that God has told me everything in my ears
Yeah,
when I slept, and I just wrote that.
he
And the
Yes.
fascinating thing is there are many theorems he has given. They are yet to be
he
proved.
couldn't
Yet to be
yet to
proved.
be proved, but he has given the results,
Yeah,
that
he has
this
given
should
the
be the
perfect
result.
results.
What I saw in the film is that, and some point of time, Hardy he presented a theorem that he had proved already, but he hadn't proved. Means he had given the result, but Hardy asked him that you have to prove that, otherwise no one is gonna believe you.
Yeah,
So that speak of his geniuses, that he can give the final result without even doing it. And means, I cannot think of it. Means there is no other instance like this.
exactly. Like
Yes.
Ram, Ramanujan did wonders. Like and I would rather thank like Shannon Soul, this character Hardy, and he himself is one of the greatest mathematician of England. So at that time in Cambridge, he was the only one who was fighting for Ramanujan with other scholars, like getting him the fellowship in Cambridge, and that like the friendship between Hardy and Ramanujan, the portrayal of that friendship, it's wonderful. Means getting to a bittersweet start to a great friendship.
For me, this movie was a portrayal of his life of Ramanujan and the sheer genius of person he was. Like he
Exactly.
did not have formal education whatsoever. He didn't have a degree, and he was not getting jobs in India at that time even without a degree. That's ironic to say, but anyways, but then he was identified by one of those people, and he went to UK, and he was people were blown away. First of all, yes, people are reluctant to identify him or acknowledge his brilliance. And I also remember that I saw one scene there that Hardy took him to show him the Newton's book and told me that everything he has done, he had proof. You need proof like that. Then you will be in that position. Your books will also be there. So that is one
Yeah,
of
and his notebook is now displayed there
Yeah,
yeah. So
it's called, I
in a
think,
that is
case.
Yes.
Lost Notebook of
yeah.
Ramanujan. I guess its name.
Yeah, so that is the level of what genius he was, and that is the recognition he got. That is compared as big as Newton.
It is astonishing to notice that he only lived for 32 years, but within that span of time, what he has
Yeah,
He
created,
did so many.
we are yet to decipher that. So it
Yes.
speaks
yeah.
of the volumes that he had.
One,
So
And
one.
tuberculosis at that time was a very big disease, and there it was incurable.
And he was a very strict Hindu also, so he didn't used to eat
yeah,
non-veg.
from being from I guess at that point of time South India, and they were very staunch Brahmin, and they
Yes.
Mm.
didn't think that of crossing that water is known as
But
Kala Pani. So yeah,
Yes.
so they didn't believe. So once they crossed that, and they tend to say that you lost your religion, you lost your everything. So he was brave enough to do that also.
Mentioning about his works, like he anything he have done in field of mathematics are still used
Exactly.
in actually measuring black holes and working in like
And
astronomical things have been
Astronomical.
implemented
Yes.
on those things. That's phenomenal.
there is scientists like Stephen Hawking obviously have used these formulas and theories.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
It's
and also on his Infinite series, he has done tremendous work in Infinite
Yeah.
series.
partial.
And like that famous taxi number also, he invented them.
What Sharon has mentioned that the taxi cab, it is also known as Hardy Ramanujan number, that is 1729.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
1729. Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
that
1729.
is a result of two squares of a number, cubes of a number. Right.
Surely talking about a cinematic perspective, um, I would say this movie is the weakest of these three, as per my opinion. We have performance of Dev Patel as Ramanujan and performance of the persons around them, and as a film, as a story, I would say this is the weakest of the other four movies we are talking about. But sheer looking at the so few people actually knows about his life and about what he did and what significance he had uh, in the field of mathematics. I think everyone should watch this movie. But I don't know if anyone agrees. But I do not think that this was actually a pretty good movie to watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is like a documentary type of biographical film. It's
Hmm.
not as such many layers are there, and it is a very simple movie. But actually, I was fascinated by the person that they are showing,
Yes.
not the movie or the quality of the movie. I was eager to know more about that person and his life and work.
I think that is the main part of this movie. Like the person like Dev Patel played Ramanujan. That is the main perspective of this movie. Right? And as per movie perspective, like cinematography or storytelling, yeah, it is one of the weakest of among this four. But still, I liked how it narrated his story.
I think you enjoyed this video. We talked about a very interesting genre of films, and I know we have missed a lot of them, missed a lot of biopics which are based on scientists and scientific personalities. So let us know if you can think of some of the like those movies, and we will try to watch them if we already haven't watched them. And obviously, we're going to review Radioactive in the future when it gets released. So stay tuned for that. So for today, thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe this video. Keep supporting Council of Nerds. Thank you. Bye.